Michelle Markle, Youth Manager with Vocational Rehabilitation. And I am here today with our December YTP contracts and VR youth updates. So first, you can see that our VR youth team is growing. And what you can see here in front of you over on the left is a new role called a Youth Service Coordinator. And we have 4 of the 5 in place. They just introduced themselves before we started the recording. And we've got 1 more coming on soon. And then in the middle, we have Pre-ETS coordinators, which we've had for a good long time. Whitney Lease right now is the one who is serving the whole state. But of course, you know, with everybody in hands-on help and with our wonderful Pre-ETS support specialist help, they're covering the whole state, but we are bringing on someone for the Metro and Gorge region in the new year, as well as for Central and Eastern Oregon, as well as a temp position for the Mid-Valley and Southern Oregon regions. So our next community practice will be much larger when we do the introductions. As many of you may remember, Tony DePeel, who just retired, well, guess what? We're bringing her back as a training specialist, and she's also going to start in the new year. So she's going to help support all of us, all of you, with a focus on people new to the work and just getting up and starting, among other things, of course. And then my old position, the YTP transition coordinator, just posted today, everybody. So that just posted today, and we're calling it a youth contracts coordinator. So watch for that if you are interested. And then we're going to have a nice full team. And of course, the other people over here on the right, along with my photo, are statewide roles. So I'm the manager, Triana Weeks is our data coordinator, and Mandy Younger is our project manager. That's our first update. Okay, the second update that I have for you. Are you seeing anything on this slide?
It says use the current.
Yeah, where's my... There we go. Okay, that was really weird. That was not intentional. So everybody, transition specialists especially, this is super duper duper important. Our Pre-ETS data for this month needs to be in by the end of the day on December 15th. We want you to use the current live Pre-ETS data entry tool, the one that we've been using since the U of O database ended. So we're asking for 2 weeks ahead of time for a number of reasons. Number one, we're hoping all of you get to take a little bit of time at the holiday and not work. But number two, we are still trying to fix this reporting situation on our end, and we need 2 weeks lead time to make that happen. So transition specialists, please get your Pre-ETS data in by December 15. And update number 3 is that we are beginning to add users to our new vendor portal. So you will be getting an email in the next several weeks that says you have been given access to the VR vendor Pre-ETS portal. This is not where you're going to enter your Pre-ETS right now. You use the same tool that we've been using, but you're going to get access here. We're asking that you please do try and log into this tool and then just let your youth service coordinator know if you can't log in. That's it. We don't want you to do anything else in there. You shouldn't have any other permissions in here at that point, but that's coming your way right now as well. Moving along. Update number 4 is that our OARs around VR transition services are open for public comment. You can see right here the dates that are available for review and public comment, and all of the information, including the current and marked up versions, are available for you to see at the link that is provided here on this slide. And we encourage you to attend if you'd like to. OARs are Oregon Administrative Rules. Finally, update number 5, what people have probably, lots of you have been wondering about, is our contract updates. So we in VR are on track to offer new contracts to school districts in February of 2024, aiming for full execution by July 1, and with the majority of the details of that contract being shared in our February community of practice, among other places, but that's where we'll kind of introduce them. This contract is going to maximize the allowable use of Pre-ETS. RSA, or Rehab Services Administration, which is our federal governing body, must approve our new contract before we can execute it. And this new contract will be a fee-for-service contract. A review of the rate of pay is scheduled for the new year, and that review will determine if we're going to stay with $50 an hour or increase from there. All right, and in order to get us ready for all of this change, update number 6, let's talk about training. We have got a winter regionals series coming your way. It's hybrid and it is a required training series. The content's going to cover the new verification, authorization, and service reporting requirements to be implemented upon completion of the training. So these are things that will be implemented right away. This is how we in VR will be able to start charging all of our services against the Pre-ETS dollars again and end that cease that we had in our audit findings. So you can see the dates here as just a save the date. And we do want you to attend the one that's closest to your region and associated with your youth service coordinator. The first day is for VR staff only. Branch managers and those serving youth on their caseloads are required. Day 2 is the same VR staff and current YTP transition specialist and administrator or business office rep. Training continued. In addition to that, the day before OSTC, the Oregon Statewide Transition Conference, we're going to have a pre-session in person at the graduate. This is optional for all, and we're going to walk through that same content and process, but with a little bit of differentiation. And so this is just an in-person option for more support, more practice, more Q&A with all of these shifting parts and pieces. All right. And then in May, to be determined in May, we're going to have a virtual training on invoicing and financial reporting. And this will be required for VR branch managers and VRCs carrying youth on their caseload and for YTP transition specialists and an administrator or business office rep. So this is really preparing us for the requirements that will begin July 1 in the new contract. The fiscal reporting and the invoicing pieces. With all of this, we will also have on-demand training resources available to you located on the YTP website. We'll have materials from past trainings. We'll have required forms, procedural guides, and recorded modules demonstrating steps within the new vendor portal. And update number 7, communications going forward. Your monthly update will come via this community of practice. After the community of practice, when the video is ready, I'll be distributing an email to everybody summarizing the updates and include associated materials if there are any, and a link to where the recording can be found. All of our YTP office hours going forward are going to be canceled. We want this to be the one place that you come to get information. And then also, if you have other questions outside of this, to get into that habit, if you're not already, of contacting your youth service coordinator. Those of you in Southern Oregon, since we don't have somebody there yet, please feel free to reach out to me. And again, the YTP website is your one-stop shop for all YTP updates and contact information. All of our contact information is found there. And there's the website for that. That's the updates for today. Did anybody time that? I wonder how long that took.
Just over 5 minutes.